Hi, I'm Amy. I'm the Executive Director and a teacher for the Salish Sea School. Part of our mission includes engaging students to act for our marine environment. To improve the environment means we include important discussions with our elected officials. Today we are so excited to introduce you to a State Senator Liz Lovelett.
Hey there, students of the Salish Sea School. My name is Liz Lovelett and I'm the State Senator from the 40th District. My family has been on Fidalgo Island for 6 generations now, and I'm a graduate of Anacortes High School, so being involved in issues around the Salish Sea is very near and dear to my heart. We are really moved by the voices of our constituents, and I will say for me personally, the voices of young people is even more important because you are the next generation of leaders that's going to be coming up and taking on these challenges when it's your time. So hearing back from young people about what matters to them and why it matters to them really does guide the work that we do. We're all in this together to protect our planet. It's great for youth to engage, but I will say we get a lot of emails every day, so doing something that really catches our eye or makes it more obvious to us that we have youth participating is always helpful. So for example, you could also make a phone call, you could email a video, you could get a group of people together to sign a petition and send it in. One example I can give you is about a pool project that was trying to go in the San Juan Islands, and the students came together and created art pieces about what it meant to them to be able to engage in a pool in their community. And that really caught my eye as someone who's a lover of the arts and really brought that message home of the importance of that to the youth. So some of the things you can do to really elevate your priorities is contact us outside of session. So in the interim, we have a lot more time to take with folks. So during session, we only have 15-minute appointments, and that makes it really hard to engage because we're already in the process of moving bills and passing legislation, and we're working all the time. So those in-between months that we call interim are a fantastic opportunity to reach out to your legislators and have a great chance to maybe take them to a site that's really important to you, or get a group of kids together and form a meeting. Those are ways that we make sure we're carrying your voices with us, and that if you have particular ideas for pieces of legislation, we have time to work on it before we get to Olympia. So play on your strengths. Tell us about your personal stories about why a bill or a piece of policy matters to you. Organize your peers to sign a petition. Invite us to show up when you have a march or an activity where you're going to give speeches and have a chance to do peaceful demonstrations. Always make sure that you're coming with good constructive ideas and a way to articulate them so that we have the ability to take those in and really think about how we can improve our policy based on that feedback. So keep in mind that any one legislator is just one vote in their caucus. So between the Senate and the House, you've got a lot of different members that have to be on the same page in order to get a piece of legislation to the governor's desk, and then the governor has to want to sign it too. So it's not enough to just contact your own legislator, it's important to get that message out across the whole political spectrum in Olympia. I just encourage you to learn that process because then it helps you stay engaged at each critical moment in a policy's development and helps give you direction for how you want to be an advocate. That it does take a lot of diligence and perseverance, and also that really big pieces of policy often take multiple years to achieve. So don't get discouraged if it doesn't pass that first year, because often you'll have an opportunity to come back and be an advocate that following year to continue the process of moving legislation. It's hard. I tell you, as a legislator, it's hard. You have a really big piece of policy and it makes it all the way to the 11th hour on the last day of session, and it can still go sideways and not pass. And it is very disheartening sometimes, but just remembering that the arc of history and the arc of justice, whether it's climate justice or racial justice, takes a long time, and to be patient with the process. Most people don't get involved in government unless it's something that they don't like. we're reactive instead of proactive about creating the kinds of policies that we want to see. So just keep in mind that you have a lot of power to make positive change if you're willing to engage. But it's not just about reacting to something, it's about creating what you do want to see. And we have ways, big and small, in our own personal decisions, all the way up to how we choose to interact with our community that really build that framework for getting the positive change that we need. All of these things bring themselves together in this really beautiful tapestry of advocacy that can happen on any level. You can talk to the people that run your school about composting or reducing plastics or finding ways to conserve energy. You can talk to your local city council people and mayor about ideas for how the city can run or to answer your questions about how those things work. Again, going and organizing a group of speakers to come together or highlighting an issue for your peers. Those are all really powerful ways that show you in a leadership position and helps get you ready to take on more and more challenges as they present themselves. And there's going to be a lot of challenges and we're really going to need your help. So get out there and make some change.
Thank you, Liz, for your time and your efforts and all you do to help the marine environment. We are so excited to continue getting students involved in this conversation.